What's up, family? I wanted to have a conversation, and I'm just sitting here reflecting basically on things that I have came across, and in this specific topic, just having a conversation. Why do women always become aroused, right, by the side guy? Far more than their boyfriend. And when I'm talking about women, I'm talking about the modern woman, right? I'm talking about the modern woman that's so excited about the side guy more than the man that they're actually with. And I come to think of it as, because from my own experience, which I'll get to in a minute, is what women fail to realize is the man that's the side guy gets to see the best of you all the time. They can see the best of you by basically you coming over their house, y'all kicking it, he knocks you up. And then after that, you go back home to the guy, that's your main guy, that's the man that you originally supposed to be with and the man that you're originally with, that you live with, right? So basically, he gets the leftovers of everything else that come with you, but the side guy always get to experience the goodness of you. Isn't that selfish? Isn't that selfish? Man, let's take a walk. We're going to take a walk because I think that's selfish. You feel me? And I always wanted to understand, how can a woman, right, be so obsessed with this side guy that she only knew for a short amount of time and head over heels, but for the guy that's constantly killing himself every day, working hard, providing for your family, providing for you, loving on you, and also taking on acts of chivalry, right? And what I mean by chivalry is basically respecting you, going above and beyond, because men love hard, right? Men love harder than women. Women, we can have this debate, but I'm telling you right now, men love harder than women, okay? And we deal with our lows and we deal with our highs. And when we go through heartbreak, we get over it because we work the hardest and we keep ourselves productive and stay distracted with the workload and being productive, focusing on our purpose and our sense of direction aligned with the purpose in which we know what we should be doing and where should we be going. That's why the chivalry when it comes to a man opening the door for the woman that he truly loves. Basically respecting her, acts of kindness, basically respecting her and loving her, and nothing can go far beyond. He'll never compromise or destroy his respect that he has for his woman. Because the simple fact is, the respect is the main priority in regards of he respect her so much, just as he loved her, that at the end of the day, he won't do nothing to compromise or destroy the very special thing that they have. And when it comes to the flip side, it seems like it's so easy for the woman. That's with the side guy. And the problem is she lacks emotional discipline. These modern women lack emotional discipline. They don't have the discipline in regards of understanding that everything instantly and everything based on your feelings doesn't mean you should act on them. But instead, they're selfish, so they act on their feelings. Everything is instant gratification. They're selfish. They want what they want when they want it. And if the man that they with that break his back every day, that truly loves her, and they live together, as soon as they don't see one little spark, instead of her putting in the work and reciprocating, because they don't reciprocate acts of chivalry, going on little special dates, the little things, right? While this man that you with, that's your main guy, that's your man who values you, who prioritizes you, you do him like this and have a side guy to go on your little ventures with, to give you some type of instant gratified type of feeling good emotion that's temporary. See, the grass isn't greener on the other side. So you're ready to destroy your marriage, destroy the guy that really loves you, the main guy that should be only the main guy and your priority, because a side guy is making you feel good temporarily. but doesn't even value the same, because at the end of the day, he can do away with you when he wants, have a good time and send you home. See, the guy who really dealing with you is the one that's actually pouring value into you, absorbing the good and the bad. The guy on the side, he ain't got to deal with that. Everything's a good time. It's like dating, right? And dating, you always put on your first impression. That's why when it comes to dating and the honeymoon phase, they like to say, it wears off. Then things get real, because you get to see the real person over time. Because, see, that impression phase only lasts so long, family. You put on your best dress. He put on his best shirt. But it's not sustainable. So y'all putting on an act to impress each other instead of being authentic from the beginning. That's why you guys should rock out. The guys should always, and fellas, always prioritize yourself. The right woman will come along, because the simple fact is, chivalry back then was basically the man having a productive woman that always was productive, always pouring into him, always filling the gaps and knowing what to do when she needed to do, playing her role, right? And I always use this example. If you working hard, she should know to get the kids ready and make sure food is cooked, to serve you when you get home, making sure the house is clean, right? Because at the end of the day, you paying the bills as a man and providing and put food on the table, and your family, men work hard, I'm telling you. And the ultimate beneficiary of that is the woman and the kids. That's why she keeping him as the main thing, because she know that guy on the side ain't gonna prioritize like he do. But she want her cake and eat it too. That's why I say modern women are selfish, right? And from my experience, right? I dated a woman, and everything was always about her. And guys are so simple. All I wanted was communication, respectful communication. And what I mean by that is basically us communicating to get our house in order, because we live together, right? You do your part, I do my part. If you wash the dishes, I'll wash the dishes next time. You wash the dishes Monday, I'll wash the dishes Tuesday. Because at the end of the day, out of an act of kindness, you know, we relieve each other, and we also come together and move in a direction and make things easier in our lives. Pouring value in someone's life that you truly love, you're supposed to make things easier, not harder. You're not supposed to be an anchor. That's not love. You're not supposed to be selfish. That's not love, right? If anything, you uplift them, you pour into them. You make their life better. So the simple fact is, I'm sitting here, I'm dating her. She didn't have her license. I had my license. I had a car. She didn't have a car. I poured into her. I taught her about credit. I taught her how to drive. I paid for her to get her license and the whole nine. Helped her get a car. And as we was on our way for her to get her permit, actually take the picture, you know, and get her ID, something kept bugging me, family. And I'm like, something ain't right with her. Because, you know, you start to learn someone over time, and the patterns ain't seeming the way they used to be. That's why I say, never put on a first impression. Just be you from the beginning. Because then, if you put on a first impression, you'll lead with a false expectation where she loves you for that certain thing that you put on in the first place, or that first impression that you put on when you first met her. And that's, for example, if you lead with your money, she gonna love you for your money. Same thing for you ladies. If you lead with your body, he gonna lust over you and love you for your body, but not for you. So those first impression things are just an ultimate disaster leading to destruction, right? Be authentic. She operating in her element. You operating in your element. You prioritizing yourself, fellas. Focus on pouring value into yourself. The ladies will come. Everything else will be added to you. She will recognize a good husband and keep it. See, a woman who sees a good thing shall keep it. A woman who sees a good man shall keep it and value it and won't jeopardize it, right? And in this case, what I'm talking about is she won't even think about a side man, because she know ain't no man going to pour value into my life and be this amazing to me and ultimately love me this hard like anyone else. This is my person. You don't have to tell a real woman that, because that's where chivalry was all about. It was meant for husbands to actually treat their wives and take them out and do those little special things, because the simple fact is they have shown to bring value into that man's life. But see, you women finesse yourselves with this instant gratification. You modern women with this instant gratification and this lack of emotional discipline that you gotta have it right now. And you destroy your family because of it. You hurt your kids because of it. Because you think the grass green on the other side. When you getting finessed. And then you want to sit around a bunch of other people telling your stories and basically speaking from a place of trauma online, talking about how you getting divorced. Or you about to get divorced because you want somebody to agree with you, having a Me Too moment. When, to be honest, you don't want to be lonely. I don't believe women really want to be lonely. That's why they so selfish. They'll have a main guy and a side guy and destroy it all due to the simple fact that you may not have never had a father in your life to show you how you're supposed to treat a man to where you respect him and get him the utmost respect. See, women nowadays, these modern women, are so selfish. They think they can have their cake and eat it too, but they don't understand, as men who really know their salt and know what's worth their salt and know their value. See, you could think you $100 bill and you the prize, but we could trade you in for $250s, baby girl. And at the end of the day, she not even reciprocating the very thing that he constantly loving on her. And in my situation, I constantly loved on this person, and come to find out, she was talking to another guy in a DM. Yeah, something was bothering me, family. Back to the story, and I had checked her phone when she went in to go pay for her permit, and she left her phone in the car real quick. I grabbed that joint. It was sitting in my gut. I couldn't take it no more. And I'm not the type to go through people's phones, because if I got to go through that and do all that, we shouldn't be together, because that's trust issues, and it's a waste of time for each other. But I did it. And she was entertaining other guys, right? And then her response was, oh, if you wasn't looking for something, well, if you looking for something, then you going to find something. That's what she said to me, family. And that's a typical modern day woman. They want what they want when they want it. And they love you for benefit until they realize the grass ain't green on the other side. And then the side guy that they was with, knocking them up temporarily, they didn't want to deal with the good and bad of her. They only wanted the good of her. They only wanted her for a good time, not a long time. And she destroyed her family because of it. So if you have a woman that's not reciprocating, if you have a woman that's not valuing you the way you value her, so you shouldn't have to explain to her how to be a woman. You shouldn't have to show her how to be a woman. Right? She will mold into the woman she's supposed to be for you if she really want to be a woman. And women teach men how to treat her by how she behaves. So the man that was your main thing, your real man, who took the good and bad of you and called himself leading and directing you and pouring value into you to help you and go and love through your flaws, because nobody perfect, but he focused on 95% of the good things about you and not the 5%. And you focus on how bored you was with him, how he don't want to do nothing right then and there when you want it. When he worked his behind off and he came home tired and he just wanted to kick back and relax. But you wanted what you wanted, so you went and seek elsewhere that excitement. You went and seeked elsewhere for the little stupidest, foolish thing that you thought you was missing out of your relationship because you wanted something right then and there selfishly, which then destroyed a good man that you was with in the first place. And that's these typical modern women, man. And then at the end of the day, they tired could go flat on the side of the road, and then they realize how much they missed that man that actually poured value into their lives. But let me know, family, what you guys think in the comments below. Give this video a big thumbs up. We just having a conversation. Peace.